So we'll start off with the coaching moves. We'll just go right into it because there was a lot that went on in the East that happened from the end of MLS Cup to right now. And of course, the saddest and most heartbreaking one of them all, DC United drops Benny Ball off the face of the earth and appoints Losada. Inter Miami switches up after 1 year and brings in a buddy of David Beckham's and Phil Neville. TFC coach Greg Vanney steps away, allowing Chris Armas to take charge. Frank DeBoer was out in Atlanta mid-season, but they brought in Gabby Hines. And Armas was out mid-season. They brought in Gerard Struber, who actually had a game last year because, as we all know, the system calls for putting a coach in charge of a team he's never seen play in their first playoff game. That's how the system works. You don't question it. You just accept it. And that's all of them for the East. There are a few more that happened in the West, but I want to know out of you guys right now, who has the most successful year and who has the least successful year?
I kind of want to say, I was going to say Miami. Part of me wants to say Toronto just because you're taking arguably one of the best teams in MLS over, I'd say, the last 3-4 seasons, and you're putting Chris Armas there. And that's not necessarily a dig on Chris Armas. It's just, when Michael Bradley starts playing right mid because that's the system, then we're going to have some issues. I don't know what Phil Neville's going to do with Miami. I don't know if Miami has a plan right now. So I kind of want to say Miami's going to struggle. But I also don't know what a DC team that doesn't have Benny Ball looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So I've literally never seen
normal.
Yeah. So who knows? They could go undefeated this season. Who knows?
Connor, your thoughts?
So I'm looking at the list of new coaches and I'm thinking, DC's got some talent on the team. So there's a chance that the new coach can come in and get some talent out of them. I look at Miami and I think that's a dumpster fire over there with a coach that's never coached in the league before, which, that would have me concerned. Toronto's a pretty good team. So I don't think that, you would have to be a pretty bad coach to mess up what they already have there. And I just don't think that Armas is that coach that's going to mess things up for them. Even if he's not like a world beater, I think he'll be, competent enough at coach that they should be fine. I think Hines, for me, probably some bias here. I would say I think he has the best shot to be most successful in year one because I feel like there's a lot of good players and groundwork for him to kind of like start the team how he wants. Like I feel like this offseason they've done a good job of grabbing players that I think that would fit him well in the way that he wants to play. So I think that he could have good success there. And, Atlanta's not afraid to spend money, so they'll back him. And then, RBNY is going to be fine. They're always, they're never usually like tanking much, worst case scenario, they're typically around middle of the table. So I don't see anything like drastic happening for Struber. So I would probably say Hines is my pick for most successful. And I think Phil Neville is probably my one for who's going to fail the worst, just because he's new and the team is in a pretty bad situation right now.
Yeah, when I'm looking at this question now, I realize I probably should have phrased it better than just most success, right? Because what is most success really going to mean? Is it meaning taking them from bottom of a league to the top of the league? Is it meaning keeping them nowhere near being awful, right? If you go into Toronto, who's perennially a top 3 team, and keep them there, is that considered success, right? So in terms of improving a team as best they can, I think you're looking at Hines strictly because of Atlanta being so bad and getting all their players back. He's probably shot for the best coach coming in. And I agree. I think DC United probably also has a shout there, just simply because there is a new system in town and you got the players that seem to fit that type of style. And we'll talk about that in a few episodes where we kind of dig deeper into the style of each team and how they're going to play. I am worried about Neville coming in, playing with the women's national team and having talent versus an MLS side that has been up and down and has lost a lot of players, hasn't really brought many in either. However, I do think there's a chance, like a little whiff alert, if you will, on Chris Armas at TFC. I think he has a chance to take a team, because we saw what he did with the 2018 Red Bull team. He basically gutted it, tried to play his own system, and ruined it. Will he ruin it in year one? I'm going to say no. But I think there's a chance he tries to change up tactics and it just goes completely south. I'm hoping it doesn't. I hope that they stay relatively decent so the East can be kind of competitive. But just out of what we've seen, you never know. So yeah, I'm gonna lock in Hines and Neville as well as best, success, and worst. But Adam, you never actually made a decision here, so give me something concrete.
Just because I know it'll annoy you, I'm gonna go with DC because I know you would hate to see them be successful.
I would hate to see them be more successful than Red Bull.
Yes, exactly.
I would like to see them back in the playoffs so we can beat them in the playoffs, but I'd hate to see them be better than us.
You forgot, and then ultimately lose to Philadelphia.
I mean, I was gonna say
probably.
Whatever.